Hello again, whiskey friends. Today, we've got a blue note here. This is the one that's finished in a French Oak Barrels. Pretty excited to break this one down. Let's talk about Blue Note. Blue Note's a brand you should know if you haven't gotten one of these yet. So thanks for joining, everybody. Let's kick the show off. Pop. Ooh, that was in there. All right, so today's tasting. Nerd alert. Cheers, Trev. Go check out the Bourbon Wrench if you haven't done so already. Trev puts out some great content. All right, it's got a nice color to it there. Look at that. Good old French oak finishing. So these blue notes, if you aren't familiar yet, get familiar because they're amazing. You mainly want to find the store picks of the juke joint. These have been unbelievable, especially for the value. I think we're talking like $45, $50 for barrel proof picks. I think they're about 4 years old, right around that range. Now, the rumor on all these, don't know this for a fact, but what I've heard is that these are cast strength green rivers. So if you've seen the green rivers that come in the nice horseshoe bottle, this is them, contract distilling supposedly. And it's their, cast strength version of those single barrels. And, recently they just got bought out by Bardstown Distilling. So they're trying to corner the market here on the contract distilling. Watch out, MGP. So I love these single barrels. So now we're getting into the special release. Another single barrel, but this one finished in French oak casks. So mash bill on these was 70% corn, 21% rye, rest malted barley. 21% rye, but not MGP. This is coming from Kentucky. And then we got the French oak finishing on top of it. Very interested to see how this turns out. So we're going to go into the nose and then we'll go into the taste. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for joining. Oh, yeah, that French oak on the nose. Gonna have to get behind it. It's a spicy bugger, too. This happened to me before, and I'm starting to get the note again. I wonder if this is going to end up being my marker for the French oak finish, but Devil Foods cookie is what I'm getting on the nose. Yeah, that Devil's Food cookie still sits. Lots of spices around it, too. I'm trying to narrow in specifically what I mean by the spice. Definitely some pepper. Maybe it's white pepper. Ooh. That turned there. There's actually something interesting hiding beneath it. I got a citrus note, and I wasn't expecting that. It's it's an orange note. Wasn't expecting an orange note. It might even be swaying like a grapefruit. It's right in that realm, but it's a very surprising note for me to call that one out on a non-rye product. There's a savoriness to it underneath it all. Not quite a barbecue rub, but maybe even a little charred brisket or something. Just very, very faint, though. So, off the nose, going into it with some trepidation. Hopefully it really leaps at me on the taste here. but the nose didn't grasp me. All right, let's go in for a taste. Cheers, everybody. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thus far, not hit me right. Been, as much as I want to say I like the French oak finishing, I have been 50-50 and I go through these tastings. Oh, that was a good sip. Ooh, getting a lot of tobacco. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's the ramification of that charred brisket I was getting. Maybe that's how it's presenting itself on the palate. Oh yeah, I'm getting lots of tobacco. This doesn't taste like a stereotypical French oak. Let's start to break this one down a little bit. Ooh, got it again. Initially, front of the palate, not too much flavor. I'm going to go in for another sip on that one, but it does present itself very subtly at first. Mid palate, though, yeah, it burst through. I got that devil's food cookie again, but then it transitioned heavily into that tobacco. I kind of just smoked a cigar. Wasn't expecting that on the finish at all. Man, tobacco notes on this thing are really just taking off. It's really dominating this initial impression. Yeah, so up front, very subtle, vanilla-y, some spices coming through, so that white pepper, a little more even dynamic than that in the spice department. Mid palate, finish is still going. This thing's, ooh, man, it's ramping up, stopping me in my tracks. Mid palate, yeah, still that devil's food cookie, the spice all the way through. Man, this is spicy. Look at my eyes, they're up to water. Oh, that's really good. Ooh, this one kind of flipped me around, I'll be honest. I was not digging it off the nose, and I wasn't digging it off the first taste, but a couple sips in, that's why you gotta give things a chance, you gotta let it sit. That's the fun thing to do with these first impressions, though. I have no idea where they're gonna go. Yeah. Devil's food cookie and tobacco. And then a whole lot of spice. Whew. A whole lot of pepper. It just hangs on the back of the throat. The sensation from this one, I think, is the most interesting thing. The way that it just hangs and attacks the back of the throat. Oh, man. Well, I'm enjoying this one quite a bit. I don't think I hit it on the top here. This was $65, so we're not talking too much, especially for a finished barrel-proof product. 120 proof on this particular barrel, so good value in that regard, especially for what it's given. I wouldn't strongly recommend. I think it's more interesting than it is delicious. So, you kind of heard the notes, this chocolate cookie that turns into a cigar, like, I'm not going to describe that too often. So that's where I think the sweet spot for this thing is. It's something unique. So Not a strong recommend, but if you're into interesting things, just exploring things that are different and out there, I think this one will get you. So go out, get a sample from somebody. This one might be a try before you buy, but if it hits you right, you might really, really, really like it. So yeah, I think that ends it. So that is the Blue Note finished in French oak barrels. Oh, special shout out to Katie and Ethan Turk. Go subscribe over there at Drifting Drams too. So go give them some love. Thank you everybody for joining me today. I'll catch you later, whiskey friends. Bye everybody.